I think so many people try to make people believe in what they're doing and who they are when it's not up to them to believe in what you're doing. It's up to you to believe in what you're doing. I feel like a lot of the times I've fallen into that trap as well, trying to look for external gratification, trying to look for the outside applause, and it's supposed to be the internal gratification. It's supposed to be me believing in the project that I'm supposed to be doing. And, you know, I try so much to let people know that, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing this. Would you support it? Would you support it? At the end of the day, it's not about people. It's not about people. You're going to be living for God, living for your family, living for you. It's only going to affect you. You're not going to be living with those people, so why bring them onto your path? We try so much to prove something to people, to prove our worth, to prove that we're capable of doing something, that we're all on our own now, that we're capable of performing. We don't need to prove anything to anybody. They're not going to be with us. You know, that trap of external validation is the subtle pressure to prove instead of pursue. We get caught performing ourselves instead of living with ourselves. And even if people do believe in you, it doesn't fill that hole that you wanted. Only that hole can only be filled by your belief in yourself. you know why would somebody believe, and why should someone believe in something that you haven't fully backed yourself? It's like trying to sell a product that you're scared to use. You're like, I'm not sure if you want to use this, but here. Sometimes we try so hard. It's so hard for people to look at us. you know we end up doing nothing. We end up sitting, we end up becoming stagnant. We scroll, we post, we overthink, all in hopes of you know a like that gives us 5 seconds of worth once we do get our applause. Meanwhile, what we're actually craving is peace, joy, assurance. We're craving something steady, something internal. External gratification is never going to be something that you know will keep you afloat. It's not something that is permanent. It's oftentimes rented. But internal gratification is one that is owned. One fades quick, and the other one lasts through the storm. You know, I always feel as if that if your purpose has to be propped up by applause, then you'll collapse when the room goes quiet. You'll collapse when there are no eyes upon you. You'll go crazy when nobody can see you. You know, and once that happens, you'll give up. You'll fade. You'll turn into someone that you tried to run away from for so long only because you wanted people to clap. I'm telling you right now, you're worthy of applause. Your own applause. You don't have to seek anybody else. You don't have to go to from door to door asking people to look at you. God sees you. God knows you. God loves you. You know, you don't have to give up who you are to appease who people want you to be. And there will come a point where you realize that you're not living for the people clapping. You're not moving to be seen. You're not creating to be validated. That excitement will die down. The messages will slow up and the crowd will move on to something newer, louder, trendier. And if that silence shakes you, it might be because your belief was tied to their belief and you're not your own. Believing in your path and your path only is like watering your own garden. No one is going to tend to it the way you will. You're the one that's planting the seeds. You're the one that's staying up dreaming about the harvest. And when the time comes to reap what's sown, we're the one who live off of it. People might walk back and mock, people might walk by and see and admire it, compliment it, even say they believed in it all along, but they won't live off of that you will. And I think we need to get into the fact that not everyone will reap our harvest. We can't make everyone reap our harvest. And I know you want to be that person to give off and share and give so much love, but you have to realize that there will be some selfishness in this. You know, you can't live for people. You have to live for God. So stop trying to convince everyone of your worth, the worth of your calling. Stop shrinking down to fit into their comfort zones. If the vision was placed in your heart by God, then no one's permission is required. The project, the purpose, the path, the channel, the space, the writings, that's your assignment. You weren't put on this earth to convince everybody you're worth the calling. You were called to carry it anyway. And sometimes that silence around you, When the applause fades, that's just God making sure your faith isn't dependent on noise. That silence is sacred. That silence is God's way of seeing if you'll move when nobody's watching, if you'll still build when nobody's clapping, if you'll still speak when no one responds. That's what makes it real. That's what makes this dream so authentic, because you're doing it because it's personal, because it's personal. And when it's between you and Him, you trust it enough to hold it steady even when the outside world doesn't get it. I've had my fair share of struggles even with this channel, even before I started posting. You know, I tried to I tried to make everyone try to believe in this channel. Like, hey, I'm gonna be big. Hey, I'm gonna be big. Until my friend just told me to just start. That's what I'm doing here. She's gonna watch this video. She's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But we spend so much time trying to get others onto our path, trying to bring them with us, trying to make them see what we see. But the truth is, some visions are just yours alone. Some dreams were never meant to be crowdsourced. Some paths are too narrow to walk side by side with people who doesn't understand what it costs. You're not going to be living with those people, like I've already iterated. You're not going to be living for those people. You're going to be living for you, for God, for the family and purpose that make your life rich with meaning. So why do we give the loudest voices to the people who hold the least amount of weight in our days, in our day-to-day actions? Why do we give so much opinion to the crowd when they're not the ones who will eat off of your plate? You cannot build a life based on opinions that won't even be present when the time comes to face the consequences of your own actions, of your own choices. The people you're trying to impress, they're not going to wake up with you. They're not the ones you pray to. They're not the ones who wipe your tears when you feel like quitting. They're not the ones who console you when you're down. So why do you give them that much power? At the end of the day, your regrets will be yours, your peace will be yours, your breakthroughs will be yours. So we cannot hand that to anybody else but you. You cannot give anybody else that amount of weight. You cannot give anybody else that amount of power when it doesn't involve. This is your garden. You have to water it. This is your garden. This is your harvest. You have to take care of it. You have to take it. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, for real. I really appreciate you all. Sorry for not uploading yesterday. I caught up with some things. Um, yeah, I'll be real with y'all, man. But I love you all. I pray that God continues to strengthen you all. I pray that God continues to work within you all, and that you're not dependent on other people's idea of you. Only His. God bless you all. Ah, Yolanda.